Hey there, design lovers. The air is getting crisp and we are going full on cozy today. We all want that warm, welcoming vibe in our homes, no matter the style of our spaces. Making them feel inviting is always the goal. So today we're doing a little design magic and going step by step through 8 simple ways to make your home feel like a cozy hug for you and everyone who steps through the door. Let's go. First up, layers, layers, layers. Really, that's what needs to be top of mind when we're trying to create cozy spaces. And all the other ideas we talk about today are pieces to the layering puzzle. We've got layers and levels of lighting, layers on your sofa with throw pillows and blankets, layers on your walls with artwork and mirrors, layers on your windows with drapery and shades, and layers on your tabletops and shelves with the way you style surfaces. So as you're creating your cozy home, keep this idea of layers top of mind and let it guide you as you work through all the other cozy elements. It's really about creating that feeling of welcoming warmth, and creating visual layers is how to do that. First impressions are everything, and that rings true for our entryways. The areas where you, your family, and your guests enter your home are prime real estate for immediately setting the mood of your space. There's really no substitution for the warm, inviting feeling of a welcoming entry, so it's important to spend some time creating a cozy atmosphere in these spaces. First things first, you've got to have organization systems in place to keep the spaces from getting cluttered with daily essentials like coats, bags, shoes, mail, and car keys. So incorporate hooks, boot trays, and boxes to make it easy to stash these things away as soon as you walk through the door. Now, we have a garage entrance to our home, and it's where my family and I always enter our house. So creating an organized, welcoming area in that space was top priority for me. Of course, I want all the guests who come through the front door to have a warm, welcoming feeling when they enter as well, but equally as important, I want to have that feeling every time I enter my home too, like a warm hug at the end of the day. So incorporating these organization items, as well as a lamp, artwork, a room diffuser, and a textural rug really do make a huge difference on how we feel entering our home. Now, all these same principles apply when I'm decorating my front foyer. I want my guests to immediately feel at home, so I include things like a beautifully styled table, soft lamp lighting, a candle, some fresh greenery, and something textural underfoot. All of these things really do make the space more cozy and welcoming. Next up, lighting. This is one of the easiest ways to set the mood in any room. Opt for warm, soft lighting to create a comfortable atmosphere. Think about using table lamps, floor lamps, sconces, and overhead fixtures to create lighting levels. And be sure to opt for LED light bulbs that have a warm color to them. So around 3000 Kelvin is my go-to. This color is cozy and soft, and it mimics the incandescent bulbs that we all grew up with. Plus, if you have the opportunity to put your lights on dimmers, do it. It will literally change the ambiance of your home immediately. You can always shop for lamps that have built-in dimming capabilities if dimming your overhead lights isn't an option. Also, a few pro tips for lighting. When it comes to light bulbs, always go for frosted bulbs, even for your candelabra sizes, because the frosted cover helps minimize the shadow that's cast on the inside of the shade from the lamp harp. You'll thank me later for that one. Another quick and easy trick is to amp up the cozy factor by switching out white lampshades for something with more color, texture, or pattern. Not only does this create a cozier look when the lamp is off, but it really impacts the glow of the light in the evening. Even if you don't want a super dark or patterned shade, just a slightly nubby texture of an oatmeal colored linen or the tailored simplicity of pleats can really make a big impact on the overall feel of your room and up the cozy factor immediately. And don't forget about candles. I mean, what is more inviting than candlelight? Really nothing, honestly. They give off a beautiful cozy light, but also add a wonderful scent to your home if you're using a scented candle, which we'll talk about a little later. Now let's talk textures. Mixing different textures can immediately make your home feel cozier and a lot more layered and welcoming. Add some chunky knit blankets, velvet cushions, or a wool throw to your sofa or bed, because layering these textures creates depth and a sense of warmth that makes everyone want to snuggle up, and what's more cozier than that? I also like to layer textural hand towels to my kitchen and bathrooms. It's such an easy and affordable way to make these hard surface rooms way more cozy and inviting. And speaking of hard surfaces, don't forget to play up textures on items like furniture and accessories. This is something a lot of people don't pay much attention to because often we don't think about furniture or decor as being an opportunity to add texture, but it totally is. So combine textures like a woven tray or basket, the wood grain of a table or box, and stone and leather accents to add that hard surface textural layered quality that amps up the cozy factor in your rooms. Next up, let's talk about soft furnishings. Investing in a comfy sofa or armchair that you and your guests will love sinking into is really a great idea if you want to add that cozy factor to your room. And don't be afraid to layer on the cushions and throw blankets. Creating these welcoming seating situations is really a key component of creating an inviting space. Rugs also play a big role in adding warmth and softness to a space, especially in areas with hard flooring like tile or wood. My suggestion is to use a rug that really grounds a space. So go for as large a size as possible, and don't be afraid to introduce color and texture through your rugs as well. This not only amps up the cozy factor, but it also gives you an opportunity to bring in our next element of an inviting home with warm and welcoming colors. For your cozy color palette, think about using earth tones and soft neutrals like mocha, olive, and merlot. These colors evoke a sense of comfort and coziness, perfect for making your home feel inviting. I like to think of the color palette of a room encompassing everything in the space, not just the paint on the walls. So with that mindset, you have the opportunity to introduce these warm, welcoming colors through your rugs, like we spoke about earlier, and also through your furniture, artwork, accessories, and of course, paint colors. Now, one of my personal favorite ways to bring in these warm, earthy tones is through natural elements like plants, fresh flowers, wooden furniture, and woven accessories. When we include these types of items in our home, there's an immediate sense of being grounded in the space because nature has a calming effect on all of us. I also love that through these natural elements, we can create that connection between our interiors and the world outside our windows. That's a powerful feeling and an easy way to connect to the seasonal shifts in nature and to boost your mood inside your spaces. Leaning a little more into that connection to nature, I love that home fragrance can really marry our interior spaces with what's going on outdoors each season. A beautiful scent is a powerful way to evoke an inviting, welcoming feeling and a way to honor the seasonal shifts we see in nature. So use diffusers, candles, room sprays, or fresh flowers to create a lovely, inviting fragrance because scent can instantly change the mood of a space and make it feel more like home. Now, let's be sure to address the vertical real estate in our homes when we're making things more inviting because, let's be honest, they make up the most surface area in our entire home. And room after room of blank walls isn't very welcoming. Artwork, mirrors, sconces, drapery, and even unique sculptural wall decor all play into creating those layers like we spoke of earlier and make the walls in your home way more interesting. For wall decor, my rule of thumb is to include at least 3 pieces of artwork. I know that's a lot, but it's really not, in your space and 1 mirror. Now, artwork could be like in the traditional sense of a framed piece or a painting, or it can also mean something more unique like a collection of plates or wall sculpture. Whatever suits your fancy, just as long as you focus on adorning your walls with something that creates that layer of interest. For window treatments, it can be a mix of full drapery panels, cafe curtains, Roman shades, or even valances. But regardless of the application, adding window treatments to your room is like a cozy chef's kiss for your space, and it might be the single easiest way to make a room instantly more inviting. Now, let me know in the comments what your favorite cozy tip from today was, and if you want even more decorating ideas for your home, you're definitely going to want to watch this video next. Also, don't forget to connect with me over on Instagram and our blog at Ashley Childers Home. I really value having that connection with all of you. Thanks so much for watching, and remember, good design is for everyone. So create a home that inspires you. Have fun decorating your own cozy spaces and fall in love with where you live, one room at a time.